Dear student of Standard 6, hope you are fine by the grace of Allah. Today I will discuss chapter 7, lecture 4. Our chapter's name is Economy of Bangladesh. Our today's lesson is lesson 5 and topics preconditions for development. That means skilled manpower. At first, human resource. In one sentence it is called the skilled people are called human resource. Or in elaborate, people who use their labor, it may be physical or mental, in any production sector and can earn money is called human resources. You know what? Unskilled people do not come to any use of the state or society. They are considered as burden of the state. On the other hand, skilled people not only become successful personally but also can speed up the economic activities of the state. The skilled people turn into economic resources of the state. This type of people can procure or produce resources. It is the productivity of a man. The more personal productivity will increase, the more the country will be productive. We know that in China there are 137 crore and 20 lakh people live there, isn't it? And in China, education, healthcare and housing have been ensured for everyone, so that every man in China is contributing to the national economy. And as a result, as the Chinese have turned into skilled manpower, the economy of China is developing rapidly. There are examples in the world that population of a country can be a liability instead of being resources. Like some countries of Africa are geographically very large, but population is not that much large. These are called poor countries, and these are Mali, Chad, Central African Republic, Nigeria, etc. Now, ways of turning population into human resources. So there are many ways of turning population into human resources. Number 1, that is imparting quality education and vocational education. To aid in acquiring and applying technical education. To aid in professional training and in acquiring skills. Imparting training in productive work. Teaching skills to invest in productive work. To help develop innovative power, ensuring advanced healthcare and housing, and creating extensive employment opportunities. Now, I will explain all this one by one. Dear students, you have to memorize only the methods of these. Okay. If these steps are taken and executed properly, 100% people of the country will get the privilege of turning into manpower. A country with 100% skilled manpower cannot remain poor. The development of that country is certain. Number 1, imparting quality education and vocational education. So at first we will know that is what is quality education. It is one of the objectives of SDG. So quality education means teaching not just facts but how to determine those facts. It involves critical thinking, learning to work with others and work independently. Quality education ensures how to face the realities of life, applying the things learners learn in their academic life. And it is very important. So access to education is very important, but just as important is actually learning basic knowledge and skills in classroom. Many children across the world cannot read despite of having attended school for several years. High quality education is the prerequisite for learning and human development. Now, vocational education. So I have set some picture of vocational education here. So vocational education is education that prepares people to work as a technician or to take up employment in a skilled craft or trade as a trade person or artisan. Vocational training guarantees instant employment. Companies realize improved gains when they hire a vocationally trained person over a college educated one. Vocational education enables students to meet the demand of a working environment. Second, to aid in acquiring and applying technical education. In acquiring and applying technical education, government should arrange available institution related vocational and technical based. Number two, non-government organizations also play a vital role in establishing different institutions so that the skilled people can engage themselves in productive activities. Number three, to aid in professional training and in acquiring skill. So here at first, what is professional training? So professional training means building knowledge, skills and competence in individual, a group or team. At present, our government arranges different programs to provide training in different professions. Like farmers are doing different workshops to produce quality productions. Teachers are getting different training to improve themselves so that they can provide quality education to the students. A lot of people are sent to abroad for getting higher education or in acquiring knowledge in respective subjects. So, like this, different programs have been taken by the governments as a aid in professional training and in acquiring skills. Number 4, imparting training in productive activities or productive work. An employee will become more efficient and productive if he is trained well. Training is given to improve self-esteem of employees. Training helps the employees to get job security and job satisfaction. Next, teaching skills to invest in productive work. So, skills, that means to acquire skills, thinking activities, obviously discussion is very important, then skills goal and practical activities. This all belongs to skill. So, for teaching skills to invest productive work, so in the productive work, we have to, that is government should invest more skilled people so that they can make the people skilled and the people they will turn themselves into human resources. Next, to help develop innovative power. People who have innovative power in any profession, government should create a suitable environment for them so that they can use their merit and can engage themselves in country's development. Number 7, ensuring advanced medical and housing. An advanced healthcare directive, and it is also known as living well. That means personal directive, advanced directive, medical directive or advanced decision is a legal document in which a person specifies what actions should be taken for their health if they are no longer able to make decisions for themselves because of illness. Number 8, creating extensive employment opportunities. So, at first, employment opportunities refer to job openings. An employment opportunity presents an unemployed person with the opportunity to secure a job. Employment opportunities are a broad concept. They are present in every industry or sector or are awarded to candidates with various skill sets and experience level. Government should arrange more employment opportunities for the people so that our trained people turn themselves as human resources. So, dear students, you will not memorize the explanation of the methods of turning population into human resource you just read out, and for your short question and MCQ you will read this, but the methods you must memorize. Okay, so today up to this everyone, stay at your home safely, take care, bye.